Move in this place, God.
Yes, Lord.
Deal with me, God. God, they should let me sit down and you get up.
Yes.
And Father, we thank you right now.
Yes.
And we give you the glory, the honor, and the praise. In Jesus' name, let everybody say amen.
Amen.
I'm going back to where I was last week, amen. This time, the Song of Solomon, chapter 8, and verse number 6. Amen. Me against me, I'm my worst enemy. The subject today is, look at the man in the mirror. Me against me, I'm my worst enemy. Somebody look at your neighbor and say, look at the man in the mirror.
Look at the man in the mirror.
Look at the woman in the mirror.
Yeah,
That's the problem.
What chapter we going to?
Song of Solomon, chapter 8, verse 6. That's right after Ecclesiastes. Amen. I'm gonna preach it today. Y'all give me 45 minutes. Amen. Y'all get it, say amen.
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 Everybody stand for this first scripture. First, let me read the Amplified first. Song of Solomon, chapter 8, verse 6.
Set me like a seal upon your heart, like a seal upon your arm. For love is as strong as death. Jealousy is as hard and cruel as Sheol,
Show.
the place of the dead. Its flashes are flashes of fire, a most venomous flame, the very flame of the Lord.
Look what jealousy do. Read that again, first lady.
Set me like a seal upon your heart, like a seal upon your arm. For love is as strong as death. Jealousy is as hard and cruel as Sheol, the place of death. Its flashes are flashes of fire, a most venomous flame, the very flame of the Lord.
Now we sit down. Let's go to Proverbs 18 and 1. Somebody hit me and say, look at that man in the mirror.
Look at that man in the mirror. Proverbs what?
18 and 1. All right, I'm going to read this. Amplified. He said, he who willfully separates and estranges himself from God and man. See, that's people that come with an excuse not to come to church. I'm a loner. He said, who willfully separates and estranges himself from God and man. Seeks his own desires and pretext to break out against all wise and sound judgment. Number 2, a self-confident fool has no delight in understanding, but only in revealing his personal opinion and himself. That's it. Somebody can say it's about them.
It's about him.
Manipulators are jealous people. They have a form of jealousy. Well, why are they jealous? Because the meaning of jealousy is they have low self-esteem and poor image. See, jealous people have low self-esteem. So what they do is they find people with just as low self-esteem as what they have. That's how they compare. You understand? You find someone that doesn't think above what they think. They find someone that's just as needy as they are.
All right.
Am I preaching now already?
Yeah, man.
And so what they do is they find ways to attack people. So here's some words that really describes what it means. Envious, resentful, jardiance, covetous, desirous, grudging, begrudging, bitter, malicious, and spiteful. That's what jealousy is. And when you find people like that, most of them are manipulators. And they live in low self-esteem, but they fool you to believe that they have confidence in themselves when they really don't.
Come on.
Why? Because when you watch them, everything you watch is always about them. The whole makeup with jealous people is always about them. Ain't nobody saying that to me.
Amen.
Everything has to be about them. And if it don't go their way, then everything hits the fan.
Oh yeah, my niece.
And no one makes them happy, and nothing makes them happy except it be on their terms. They can't meet you halfway.
My way or the highway.
Wow.
It has to be on their terms. That's when you know you're dealing with a manipulator that's making you manipulate yourself. Somebody help me say the man in the mirror. Somebody help me say, look at the man in the mirror.
Look at the man in the mirror.
Because you're allowing them to walk on you, whether it be a child, whether it be a brother or a sister, or an aunt or uncle. Please understand it. Your enemy can't manipulate you.
Come on.
That's right.
Because your enemy can't get close enough to you to manipulate you.
Amen.
You would not ever give your enemy information about you to use against you.
Nope.
Amen.
Nope.
Lord, help me pray this morning.
Right.
Your enemy would have to have information on you to manipulate you.
Amen.
Right.
Bless you.
God bless you.
There is a lie. Your enemy would have to have information to even manipulate you. So it's always someone next to your heart.
Amen.
Husband, wife, mama, daddy, whoever. So-called best friend.
Yeah.
Why, Pastor Bush? How do they get to me? How can they manipulate me? Because your heart opens up with trust and you tell them things that you don't tell everybody else. People that get next to your heart, they get all your information about you, all your highs and all your lows. All the negative things about your life, they have the information to manipulate you with. Because they tell you, if you don't do this, I'm going to tell everybody. And so then you find yourself in a battle with yourself.
Come on. Yeah.
Somebody help me say, me against me.
Me against me.
I'm my worst enemy.
I'm not worse than it.
You got the man in the middle.
Right.
So then we have a problem here because we're trying to figure out why certain people are doing certain things to us. Amen. So here we go. I'm going back to where I was last week because I'm going to give y'all some things to let y'all know what y'all are doing. What's happening? The goals of a manipulator is this. Number one, they avoid being confronted. They avoid being confronted. Amen. Somebody ever said they avoid being confronted?
They avoid being confronted.
Why? Because they have this spirit that's called avoidance. They want to avoid being confronted and taking responsibility at all costs. They may avoid conversation about their behavior by simply refusing to discuss it. This may be combined with an attack like, you're always nagging me, put me on the defense with blame, guilt, or shame. They tell you nagging them because you're telling them about the wrong that they've done to you.
That's right. That's right.
Am I preaching in here?
Yes, ma'am.
They try to make you feel bad about telling them how bad they doing you. I wish I had somebody who feel like that in church. And so that is called avoidance, because they don't really want to be confronted. What they'll do is they'll get their keys and leave.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I can't take this no more. You got me under too much pressure. I'm leaving.
Yeah.
You leaving because you're a wrong manipulator and you're being confronted about your sinful stuff that you're doing.
Where it say?
And your seductive ways. They're not just jealous, but they're seductive.
Go ahead. Tell it.
Number 2. Another goal is they put you on the defense. They put you on the defense. You ain't done anything at all. Why are you on the defense? That makes no sense. You have not done anything, but you're on the defense. Now, Sister Pat, you're no longer sick of them. Now you're sick of yourself. Why? Because I'm sick of putting up with stuff that I shouldn't have to put up with.
That's right. That's it.
I'm sick of putting up with stuff that I don't have to deal with.
Right.
Listen, I read an article this week. Y'all know last week I did the romantic part of it. Right? And this article said in 2022 and for the last 20, 30 years that 60 to 90% of women get infected with venereal diseases from men. Only 20% of men get infected by women. So all these women that are sick because they got low-life men that they know running around, laying up with trash and coming back contaminating them.
Trash out your house.
Preach it.
60 to 90% of women that get venereal disease because of men. 60 to 90%.
Yes, that's a lot. That's a lot.
That's entirely too much.
It is.
That means no one has home training.
No loyalty.
Lord Jesus.
60 to 90%.
No respect. No.
And women get manipulated through sex. It's quiet and I'm preaching right now.
Yes, keep on preaching.
They get manipulated through intimate entertainment. And so, they put you on the deepest. Number 3. They make you doubt yourself and your perception of them. They make you doubt yourself and your perception of them. Listen, perception is not something hard to do. At home, if I see you ain't no good, I know you ain't no good.
That's right, it is.
Maya Angelou said, when a person shows you who they are,
Believe them.
Believe them.
huh? Believe them.
Yep.
You believe them.
Yep.
You don't have to keep painting the same picture.
Right.
Because if you keep painting the same picture, after a while, it's not going to sell.
That's a good one.
Because, why you think so many pictures are rare? Because it's only one of them.
Amen.
Huh? It's only one.
That's
That's
one big advantage.
So when it becomes a limited resource, so it makes it valuable because it's only one. Well, you keep making the same picture. You see, when you go back and you look back in sports, Michael Jordan cards are not as valuable as LeBron James. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar cards are not as valuable as Michael Jordan cards. Because while back then, they were making a bunch of them. They were just signing their signature, and they got thousands and thousands and hundreds of them. And so now, they make 5 or 6 cards. Because they're valuable. LeBron James had a card that was worth $4.5 million.
Wow.
They sold a couple months ago. And then Patrick Mahomes card sold for $5 million. You know they ain't got no more of them cards like that.
Wow.
So they keep painting the same picture. And your perception of them gets dim and diluted because you listen to what they're saying. Number 4, they hide their aggressive intent.
Yep.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that. You know, when I was at work today, I just had a lot going on. Everybody calling me, getting on my nerve.
Yeah. So that's it. Sure.
Yeah. And then number 5, they avoid responsibility. They avoid responsibility. Everything is on you. You got to make everything happen. Because they avoid responsibility at the moment.
Yeah.
We live in a world where people don't care about people.
Amen.
Only thing people are at is what they can get. And how you can help them. Now, here we are with these other tactics that they use. Write this down. They use negative reinforcements. Negative reinforcement. Am I preaching it?
Amen.
What is negative reinforcement, Pastor Bullock? The punishment or withdrawal when you do something that manipulated doesn't like. They withdraw from you. They go in a whole nother room in the house. Don't touch me. Yeah. So your punishment is they're not talking to you. Your punishment, Brother Jimmy, is you can't touch it. Huh? Yeah, homie, you can't talk to me. Don't talk to me, homie.
Man.
Huh?
Man.
I'm upset. I'm mad.
That's it.
And again, they are avoiding being confronted.
Yeah.
Amen.
Yeah.
Amen.
I won't talk about it.
Amen.
See, they don't want to talk about it. Everybody go in a whole nother room. So they use this tactic here that is called negative reinforcement. They withdraw.
Oh, come on, preach.
They withdraw.
Right.
And they manipulate you. You run around there. I can't get him to talk to me. I don't know why she won't talk to me. Then if they go silent, you go silent.
Yeah.
Think about it. You ain't missing nothing that you ain't never had.
Amen.
They don't never talk to you anyway. Y'all getting quiet. How you know, Pastor Bullock? Because you on this couch with your iPad and they on the other couch with the iPad. There's no communication anyway.
That's it. So real.
So for a few minutes that they talk to you and they done withdrew because you bringing the power about what's going on wrong in the relationship.
Yeah.
Now all of a sudden they withdraw. I'm pushing in here right now.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
It is called negative reinforcement. The next one is called intentional cause of meltdown. The manipulator will back you into an emotional corner and cause you to melt down and then accuse you of being crazy.
That is crazy.
That's bipolar.
Yeah.
They back you into an emotional corner.
Yeah. Yeah. Cause you bipolar.
and cause you to melt down, then accuse you of being crazy. How am I crazy when I know what you're doing to me?
Thank you.
Tell the truth, shame the devil.
Am I preaching that?
Sure.
Am I preaching that on? How am I crazy?
Don't tell it.
When you leave and don't come back to the next day. How am I crazy? How am I crazy as a parent and you don't call me till you need something?
Come on.
Some of y'all got manipulate grown children. They don't call you till they need something.
All right, tell the truth now. Tell it like it
They
is.
don't never pick up the phone and say, Mama, how you doing? Daddy, how you doing? When the phone rings, they want something.
It sure is. You like that on mine?
They want something, or they trying to use you to get from one step to another.
Oh yeah.
All of a sudden now, they love you.
Tell the truth, Pastor. Tell it.
You love me, but you didn't call me and check on me in 6 months.
Whole year.
You've been mad with me. I'm your mama, I'm your dad, but you've been mad with me for 3 years.
Yep.
Now, you're trying to get somewhere, and God put you in the corner where you have to talk to me.
Amen. He will.
So they give you fabricated apologies.
Fake apologies.
Fabricate.
They fake.
Why fabricate? Because now they want to apologize for everything they did.
That's right.
Because they're trying to cross the threshold to where they're trying to go. Or yet they'll tell you, you treat Billy Ray better than you treat me. No, I treat all my children the same. But Billy Ray do call and check on me.
Amen.
Yeah.
That's right.
And nobody saying anything to me. You have manipulating grown children.
Yes,
Yes.
I do.
You have manipulating cousins. Manipulating sisters and brothers. They don't call you till they want something.
Yeah, I do.
You can't get nobody to do nothing for you when you down.
Okay, I can't say that.
But when they need you, well, you know, I ain't got nobody. You know how my children is. You take off. I'm preaching right now.
Amen.
If I'm preaching, y'all say amen.
Amen.
Go ahead on. Right.
Then they do shifting the focus.
What?
They shift the focus out there.
Yeah.
When you bring up an issue, the manipulator will try to turn the tables on you and ask you, how can you be so mistrusting? I dare you go there with me. Mistrusting. The person that I'm mistrusting myself because I'm trusting you. Yeah, see, see, all of this is that you're manipulating yourself. Because this is what the manipulator is telling you.
Yeah.
And then when you buy it, you manipulating yourself. Now you against yourself because you allowing someone that don't even really love you.
It's a trap. Yeah, it's a trap.
All they're getting out of you is what they can get.
It's a trap. Set up.
Selfish.
Because when jealousy is there, I promise you, there's no love. You can be married to somebody jealous of you.
Oh my goodness.
That's very true.
Pride in this.
True.
Very true.
We preaching.
Very true.
Just as true as the grave.
The devil is cunning and crafty.
Oh yes, he is.
So they shift the focus and blame you. Well, you know this relationship in trouble comes with you, you know. You know, you always blaming me and stuff, you know, and nagging me with all this stuff. I'm tired of all this shit up and down, back and forth stuff. That's why I leave you every time you start talking, because you don't make no sense. Shift the focus. Y'all want me to stop right now?
No, preach.
They shift the focus on you. Like, listen here, when a relationship is going wrong, it's something wrong with two parties.
That's right.
Yep.
It's possible to two people with one mom.
That is impossible, two people and one wrong. But the wrong is the manipulator. See, the manipulator is not going to be wrong. I can tell you that right now. They are not. They're going to show you where they are not wrong. So when they shift the focus, they make you feel like you done something wrong. Because you telling them about their wrong.
Yeah, they don't want to hear that.
I don't want to hear that. And then someone will tell you, that's why I married, that's the reason why I married you. That's the only reason why you married me? To help you financially? The devil is a lie.
Don't tell it now.
See, they started telling you this, the manipulator started telling you this when the relationship coming to the end.
Yeah.
See, then the real manipulation come out.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
See, they let it all hang out.
Yeah, they do.
And guess what? You've been stressed the whole relationship.
In there.
You know why? Because as a Christian, you trying to do the Christian thing.
Right.
Yeah.
You trying to make it work.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it ain't working.
Ain't gonna work.
And God told you what you got with him. Leave it alone. This ain't the one.
Yeah. Oh yes.
Yeah, but you had tried anyway.
Yeah.
This ain't no way somebody tell me they won't never marry me and we can get back. The devil is a lie. That's a manipulator.
Yes, it is.
You do you and I'll do me.
Then they don't want to marry you, but they want to do everything with you.
Yeah.
Go out and eat, take you shopping and all this. That's a manipulator.
No commitment.
How many years they got to date you? Please don't go out and eat and all that. The devil is a lie. A man ain't never taking you shopping and don't want nothing.
Don't tell it.
Quiet in.
Don't tell it.
You better know it.
A woman ain't gonna buy a man something and don't want nothing.
You better know it.
Don't tell it.
I'm preaching right now.
Reach out.
I'm gonna stop. Y'all don't want me to preach.
Don't brag. Yep, true. Can't tell that.
That's manipulation. When folk take their money and buy you, that's manipulation.
Yeah.
Well,
They'll set you up when they first start dating you.
all right, bring it to the table then.
They buy you clothes, they buy you bed cover, they buy you everything. This thing, boy, listen,
Jewelry.
jewelry, they suck you in.
That jewelry.
I know, because a woman did me that one time. She was a nurse, and she was just buying me everything. And then when I moved over there with her in New Orleans, she started saying, this is mine. Don't mess with that. Don't mess with that. And y'all know me, everybody didn't know me. I said, baby, this ain't gonna work. Because I'm not used to being somewhere where everything is separate. Well, I said, you gotta take a shower in that bathroom. I gotta take a shower in that bathroom, and we having sex in this bedroom.
You ain't separated
I told her you didn't separate the body fluids.
There you go, preacher.
That's what I told her.
Exchanging fluids.
Right? I told her. I said, we didn't separate the body fluids. Yeah, but I just like to be in my tub by myself. I said, but it don't make no sense. We didn't got nasty together. We didn't got dirty together.
Get dirty together, gotta get clean together.
But she tell you how much she paid for this.
I don't care.
I paid $300 for that. You walk around her house on thin ice, like onion skin paper. See, long as I was dating her and I would come back to slide in just going to see her, it was good. But then she manipulated me to move in there with her.
Bill pair.
Broke the first rule.
A bill pair.
First rule.
No, she was just giving me money every day, make sure I had money. And you know, oh, well, let's go to Saks. No! What? Let's go.
Saks? Rubenstein? Oh, man.
Yeah, we was all that Saks and Rubenstein, and she was buying a shirt with the initial on the cover.
There you go.
Just, okay.
What's her name?
she was from another state. I don't even know. I don't remember her name. But she manipulated me into it.
She's still alive.
Y'all get what I'm saying? But she sucked me in.
They do.
To move in. Listen, sugar daddies, I already know the women don't like them.
Yes, they know that.
Yeah,
They know that. They know that.
But in the back of their mind, they want to think them young women love them. Negro, you 50 years older than her.
She love your money.
She's in love with your money.
She in love with your money. She done manipulated you with her body.
Yes. Oh, yes.
And then they tell them old me, you the best I ever had.
Fill their head up with lies.
Best provider.
You the best provider. There's no, am I preaching them?
Yes.
Amen.
I'm just telling y'all how the devil lure you in. That manipulator use gifts.
Yes.
See, that lure you in with gifts just to get you, and then they start spending your money.
Mm-hmm.
Sure will.
You're going to spend 3 times what she spent. 3 times.
You gonna spend way more than what they spend,
Sure will. Sure will.
and then there you is out track. Every time you turn around, oh, he looks so good with this color on. Oh man, listen, she's so fine with them hip hugger jeans on. You find yourself buying a bunch of hip huggers.
Don't go there. Don't go there. Don't go there. You know that?
Yeah, you buying your. I'm trying to tell you how the manipulator does. You find yourself buying stuff, and then you done been bypassed what they bought for you.
You taking mortgages out there.
You paying car notes and all,
Wow.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
insurance, everything.
Yeah. What you want.
No
I
return.
love you.
And you not the only one that they manipulated.
Frankly, quick. Ain't no way.
Preach Pastor Bullock.
Preach it.
Bring to the table.
Educate us, educate us.
I'm trying to educate us because they shift the blame on you. And they do, and that's how they get in. And they keep you wondering if they gonna leave you.
Yeah.
Toodaloo.
Can't even sleep at night. Wondering. Can't sleep.
Can't sleep.
Yeah.
Then you have triangulation. Triangulation is placing or making a third person between you and them to make you jealous.
What?
Yeah. They put another person between you and them. If they don't care, they'll tell you that it's with somebody else.
That's just my friend.
They're just my friend.
Yeah, just my
This.
Yeah, they had one in New Orleans. I don't know what happened with him and his woman, but I guess she broke up with him and he went back and burnt the hide down.
They got on video.
Well, they got it on video. He went back there and kicked the shed in. They told him to keep the shed in. He went back there. Boom, kicked the shed in. He got the gas. He kicked the door in the house. That shit run through the house, spraying the gas.
He worked out that.
Burnt the hide down.
All on video.
All on video. They interview her. She said, I ain't going back there till they catch you.
At least she's smart.
Oh,
I wanted to say, you ain't got nothing to go back to anyway. She said, all I own.
oh, he worked out.
And he done burnt it down. Yeah, cause see, you ain't got to go back there nowhere. Ain't nothing to go back to.
He worked out now.
Wow.
And when I was talking to her, I was sitting counting on the news. She said, I don't know what's wrong with it. I'm not going back there till they catch him. She doing this here.
She like he showed himself. She was leaving, huh?
They have them all on video.
First lady said, Pastor, what you talking about? She manipulated this thing.
They got the whole video.
The whole, I mean, he kicked the shed door in. Boom. Whoa. Somewhere around he showed out.
Oh, he showed out. Oh.
And And see, when they cut it like that, that's all about sex. He thinking in the back of his mind, the devil telling him she having sex with somebody else. See that? But see, the devil manipulated his mind. Now he going to jail.
Yeah. They got a whole video, y'all.
See, manipulation will have you in jail.
Yeah.
Jealousy and manipulation will have you in jail.
That's
That's right.
Yeah.
That's 20 years right there. Awesome.
That's
We just friends.
Yeah.
Well, hold on. You take her out to eat. You don't even take me out to eat.
She's just my co-worker.
That did.
They take other folk out.
Yeah.
And you don't take your wife and your husband out to eat, but you go in and meet Billy Ray from the job.
Yeah.
Me and Billy Ray just tight. We just been friends for years. You didn't tell me that when you first started working there. You been working there 5 years. You didn't mention Billy Ray. Yeah, you tell me when I'm going with you and Billy Ray. Since he's just friend, I'm going. You don't really want to go. They tell you don't really want to go.
We just talking business.
I'm preaching right now.
Break out that.
Am I helping y'all?
Yes, Lord.
Come on.
Then they do premature disclosures. Faking by revealing personal information about themselves to create a false sense of intimacy. See, they try to make you think they all this and all that.
Yeah.
And they ain't got 2 pennies to rub together. The money that they done spent on you, they done already manipulate some other person.
Yeah.
So they keep manipulating that person to wine and dine you till you start wine and dining them.
That's actually a true story. Yes, God that did that.
Yeah, they do that. And then you find yourself like, I'm just so crazy about them. No, you got one thing right, you crazy, but it ain't about them.
He had 3 women. They were all rich. He was taking money from one and winding down the other to get them. They thought
That's
he
what
was
they do.
rich.
Then they play the victim. They play the victim. I don't know why I keep going through this. Look how you do me. No, you ain't got to raise your voice a little bit with them. Then they'll play like they crying too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they start crying like a fake cry. You breaking my heart. I can't believe you do me like this. What? You been gone for 4 days.
Oh, wow.
No.
Oh, he ain't come back there. Oh, no.
The only reason I left that long is because me and you was already fighting and I was giving you time to calm down.
Right.
Yeah,
That's a lie.
they were giving you that play the victim. That's what when they play the victim, that's what they do.
That's what they do.
You don't like me anyway, and some of your folks don't like me. I know you've been talking on the phone to your folks and they told you to get rid of me. They play that victim role. Me against me, I'm my worst enemy. And they make it work against you. Telling you you're gonna be by yourself. When I mentioned you were by yourself. And I'm by myself because I was dealing with another manipulator like you. Now I keep collecting manipulators. How do I end up with manipulators? I'm glad you asked. You end up with manipulators because you got to have a certain type of body type. Yeah, she got to be fine. She got to be shaped like a Coke bottle.
Don't go that quickly.
She got to impress other folk. That's how you end up with a manipulator, man or woman.
Don't go that quickly.
Because most people we date, we're not dating people to make us happy. We got to make people on the outside of us happy.
Exactly.
Because the person we dating have to impress our friends. They have to impress our family members and say, oh, your boyfriend, oh, he's cute. He's fine. Oh, your girlfriend, she's fine. She's a pretty girl. You got to get compliments. You really don't care.
There you go. Like that.
See, you really don't care, but you got to get the compliments from the outskirts.
Yeah. Everybody see me. See me now.
Everybody see you with Megan Thee Stallion.
They see me now.
All right,
They
then.
ain't see me before.
She
They
got
see me now.
She
Yes.
got body.
See, Megan Thee Stallion got that body.
Mhm.
So they, you know, you got to have somebody with a body like
There you
that,
go.
you know.
That was me when I was younger.
She ugly.
So then, and then you got all your preferences. Your
Yeah,
preference
yeah.
is what keep you with manipulators.
Yeah.
The woman got to have a big butt, wide hip, bow legs, pigeon toe, all this.
Yeah. You got a specialty. You got a specialty.
Yeah, the man got to be tall, dark, and handsome. Can't have no stomach, but she got some stomach. What in the world? She got a stomach to my, she want a man with a washboard stomach. There's something wrong with that picture.
I had to scratch that one off my list. Everybody got a stomach.
See how I'm doing that? Had to scrap that one off.
Now I ain't scratching it off.
Had to widen the dating pool a little bit.
Lord Jesus, help me finish
I'm
preaching
not
this.
scratching it off. I'm sorry.
So that's how you get manipulators by preference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what your physical eyes see. And every time you turn around, you got to manipulate it. And then you know what? You just get tired of it. You know what you say? I'm through.
Shut
Sick of this.
the book.
You be like my sister said she want a dog that's dark, tall, and handsome. She don't have
You tell yourself, I'm tired of dealing with them. Then you talking about everybody crazy. Then you say everybody crazy. No, everybody crazy that you run into.
Yeah.
Everybody crazy that you run into, that you hook up with because of your preference.
Yes.
And all your list that they got to meet. They got a list longer than the strong.
Yep. That's why they ain't got nobody. Yeah.
And that's why you keep going through manipulators. And needy people. That first lady cousin said. He said, too many women are needy.
Yeah, you got to.
And then he told first lady, but it ain't like I don't have sex.
Yeah, you tell the truth.
But now he want to talk about women that needy, but he don't want to be bothered with them till he want to have sex.
Yeah, he needed for the right thing. I don't think.
So he'll manipulate.
Yeah, but he
Yeah.
needs you. That's what he is. He got money.
Yeah.
He can do that. That's why women flock to him.
See, when you have money, you can manipulate.
Yep.
Yeah.
You can manipulate all the broke women.
Yep.
No, he got something.
All the gold diggers.
You can manipulate gold diggers.
Yep.
First lady met a man that do security for the NBA. And our job, he come get along. But he do security for the Golden State Warriors. The poor man had to stay up all night trying to watch the floating basketball players on. They trying to come up the stairway.
Everything.
Keys, they get
Fire escape.
First lady said you got to have a pad to get up on the floor. The man said you got to have a pad to get up on the floor to even just get on the hallway where they at. They come up through the stairways.
terrible. Any way they can get it, it's just terrible.
Oh, that'd be skinny.
He said it's terrible. He told Bernie, he said, Miss Bernie, he said it's hard.
Shaq, tell me
He said these women act like hungry dogs.
Yeah. Shaq, tell me about Shaq.
They do.
Poor Shaq couldn't keep himself. Just
Yeah,
see, they be waiting for him down in that breezeway.
They wait for them. They like dogs. He said it's terrible.
Wow. They follow them from city to city.
Yeah.
City to city.
one day I will get lucky.
And they have to be all there to put the basketball players up all the way on the sweet floor.
Yeah.
Yep.
They disguise themselves.
They just want one baby. They just want one baby.
They have to hide.
Just one baby.
The man said, well, that's how Shaq got caught up and got these two babies in Baton Rouge. Shaq had them two babies before he left Baton Rouge, because one of the girls from Slidell.
Uh-oh.
The oldest little girl, mama from Slidell, went to school with me and Betty.
What? Boss.
But see, you get caught up, you get manipulated when you want to.
Yeah.
When it comes to intimacy, You get manipulated when you want to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Selective manipulation.
Because you gonna have to preach that at home, not me.
Selective.
Because there are football players and basketball players, they go straight to their room and they don't come out.
Yeah.
When they married, they go home to their wife.
Yeah.
Russell Wilson is one of them.
Yeah. Somebody had to go home to them.
I'm gonna get one more today and then I'm closing. They do indirect insults and abuse.
What?
Indirect insults and abuse. They undermine your confidence with advice, suggestion, or camouflage offense. If you address it or take offense, the manipulator will deny any wrongdoing and possibly blame you for always twisting things.
Yeah.
I ain't never dealt with nothing like that.
Y'all want me to read that again?
They got 'em.
Y'all want me to read that again? So you
Yeah.
can like that in your brain? They undermine your confidence with advice, suggestion, or camouflage offenses. They tell you what you ought to do about the way they doing you.
That's
See, what you got to do, you got to let me, you got to let me do it the way I'm trying to do it. The way you doing it not working.
abuse.
Yeah. Especially when it comes to
That's
money.
abuse, though.
They make a suggestion. Well, look, why don't we do it like this here?
It ain't working.
And then if you address it, I take offense, the manipulator will deny any wrongdoing and possibly blame you for always twisting things.
Some of them misuse you and then turn around and say you misuse them.
I said that's when they pay the victim. They pay the victim, they say you misusing them.
Yeah. Wow.
It's them bipolar people.
That's, yeah, it is. You right there. Bipolar. You right. Fake crime.
Mm-hmm.
The next one is shame.
Look at that.
Shame.
Say
Manipulators express disgust or make unfavorable comparison to make you feel ashamed of yourself. Look at you, your fat self.
Nobody wants you.
Don't nobody want you. I'm just here because I ain't got nothing else to do. I'm just with you,
Try to take care of you. At least take care of your bank.
trying to take care of you, trying to build your confidence. That's what they tell me. Look how you do. Look at your hair. Look at your hair.
criticize. Don't criticize.
Sound like my mom. Yeah, that's the
I don't
word.
Dog ain't
Shut up, Jimmy.
That's called being put in a mental jail.
Lord have mercy.
Mental jail.
Oh, Jimmy, don't go there, please, son. Look at you.
Mental
Look how
jail.
bad you look. They do everything in their power
It hurt you.
to make you feel ashamed about yourself.
Wow. They love their feelings.
Everything they can do.
Yep.
They tell you you low class.
Don't nobody
Look
want
at
you.
you. Look at you. Just look at yourself.
Don't nobody want you.
Wow. Who does that?
I don't want you when nobody else has you.
Wow.
They can tell me
They do tell people stuff like that.
They do.
that.
Wow.
They do.
I don't want you. And when nobody else has you.
Keep you
See,
still.
I'm just trying to encourage you. That's the reason why I said something to you when I first seen you. No, you said something because you know you can manipulate them.
Mm-hmm.
Easy with
Direct action conversation. And then,
And they see, I'm cracking the code. They make you feel ashamed about who you are.
wow.
And guess what? You the sole provider.
That's right.
Wow.
You the provider and they belittle you. And they take your emotion to a place that they should never take them. When are you gonna say this stops right here?
The buck stops here. Enough is enough.
Enough is enough. Where does the manipulation stop with you letting them do it to yourself? See, manipulate don't mess with strong people.
Can't.
No.
You can't.
Nope.
Let me tell you something. Manipulating husband and wife, they don't cheat on their husband and wife because they know that they ain't stupid.
No.
Mm-hmm.
No.
No, they don't.
No, they don't, because they can't answer them questions.
Well, even if it's in their mind, they go where they going to the barber shop with and they bring their butt on back home. They don't pull them all-nighters.
Oh,
Because you know you put an all-nighter with the right woman, your clothes gonna be sitting on the floor when you get back.
And then I'll be burned up.
Ooh.
All right. Oh, said, God, you can't be saying stuff like that.
It's true. It's just bad. They just a narcissistic.
The right man, you can't pull no all-nighters.
oh,
Try to out with the girls. That's why they the girls, because they ain't got nobody.
You're gonna still be out.
Come on with it.
You're gonna still be out with the girls.
You ever hear the homie just said somebody put all night on him? The homie said he don't care if they been married 2 weeks, it's over.
Oh,
That's right. That's disrespectful.
And
it is.
That's disrespectful. to the
Listen, I'm close. Listen, when you married, you can't pull no all night.
Come on.
ain't no way.
Speak it. Speak it.
The right person, a manipulator can't get a strong person. Because just like the man married you, he'll walk out, stay out all night if you want to. The right woman, she don't care if she been married to you over the weekend. Stay out all night Monday, Tuesday, you better when you're ready to go to court.
I love you, but I'll leave you.
Because that's telling you right then that they're manipulating.
that's right.
They pull out all night, they don't love you.
No.
It's what they can get out of you.
Yeah. You.
They want what they can get out of you, whether it's material or physically or mentally. They're draining you.
There you.
In all 3 areas of your life, they're draining you sexually, mentally, and financially.
Yeah.
That's what manipulators do. Till you don't even have confidence in yourself. Come on, get a Lord a hand and pray.